My first question. World has a new president. Not only America has a new president, but world. It's Donald Trump. Is it cynical, Mr. Server, to say to congratulate you on the new president, Donald Trump?
Well, wouldn't want to be personally congratulated for that. I supported Hillary Clinton with time, money, knocking on doors, lots of words written. I'm disappointed.
You're disappointed that that's it? Because the last night, in his speech, he was really reasonable. He had decent speech. He congratulated Hillary Clinton. He was talking about unifying, and he said that he'll be president of all American people.
Show me.
Yes? You don't believe him?
Show me.
Mm-hmm. How many days you need to show you for that?
I think it would be unfair to judge him until he takes office on January 20th and, at least 6 months after that. But look, the likelihood is that having run an explicitly white nationalist campaign, that he's not going to appeal to people like me who believe in liberal democracy, equal rights for all.
So did we underestimate Americans? That they are disappointed? You said me, or they are disappointed by the political elites, intellectuals, intelligentsia, pundits, professors,
well, certainly,
opinion makers, journalists, etc.
Certainly a lot of those people are disappointed and unhappy about this outcome. But look, we do believe in the system, and the system has put him in office, even though at this moment it appears that Hillary Clinton may have won the popular vote. She may well have had more votes than Trump, but because of the indirect system of election that we have for the presidency, he has gained more votes in what we call the Electoral College, which will actually meet to select the president on December 19th.
Do you think that it's not fair system, Electoral College?
It's clearly not a fair system, but
is it democracy?
It's democracy. It is the system. It was established in the 18th century. It was established to favor less populous states. And of course, Trump is very strong in less populous states. But I have to say, he also won a number of swing states. So his victory is not exclusively due to the Electoral College. But without the Electoral College, so far as I know right now, because the count isn't completely finished, Hillary Clinton would have won if the presidency were decided on a popular vote. This happened in 2000 with George W. Bush. It happens occasionally in our system. It's a democratic system. It's not entirely fair, I think, but it is the system.
Why Hillary Clinton didn't have speech last night? What happened? She was disappointed. What happened?
I have no idea. You'd have to ask Hillary Clinton, but she conceded in a phone call to Trump. I suppose she may have been too exhausted and too disappointed to appear publicly. I suppose she'll appear during the day today.
What happened with her constituency, Latino voters, Latin American voters, intellectuals, reasonable people?
I think we spend the next 4 years
to analyze that,
trying to turn Trump in the right direction. It's going to be very difficult because he also has a Republican Congress. He's extremely erratic and unpredictable. He prides himself on being unpredictable. So I expect lots of more disappointments during the next 4 years.
What kind of disappointments regarding the international relations, regarding
Regarding
everything?
international relations, I think my moderate Syrian friends who have gotten only limited support from Barack Obama are going to get much less from Donald Trump. I think the Ukrainians who are trying to do the right thing in Kyiv are likely to be abandoned, possibly even lose a part of their country. I think my liberal Russian friends will be very disappointed. I think people in the Balkans who want liberal democracy, who want the European Union, who want NATO, will find themselves disempowered and their opponents empowered.
Yeah. I don't think that you've understood my question about people who are disappointed by the elites. They are white, angry men and women.
Yes, there are a lot of people.
That's why they voted
This
for him.
was a rebellion against the establishment. The establishment and the consensus foreign policy that we pursued, well, depending on how you count, either since World War II or since 1990 or since 2001, but throughout that whole period there has been some consensus on American foreign policy. And this is a rebellion against it, against in particular globalization, trade, international trade and
Corporations.
investment. And, I'm sympathetic to people who lost their jobs to foreign trade and who didn't have the education to enable them to retool for a new function. I think we did fail in the retraining effort and in enabling people to weather the difficult times that they faced. But that's water under the bridge now. We hopefully the left has learned its lesson and will behave differently in the future.
Do you think that it was big mistake not to endorse Bernie Sanders? Because
Well,
people
it's a
should
big
vote
question
for
whether
him.
Sanders would have done better against Trump. A lot of people thought he wouldn't, but certainly it's a question that could be raised now.
But you're not sure.
I'm not
Why? Why? Because we are talking about the disappointment of the people regarding the establishment, and he was against
yes,
establishment.
I don't think you should imagine that xenophobia, racism, and misogyny didn't have something to do with Trump's victory. And Bernie Sanders is not a xenophobe, he's not a misogynist, and he's not a racist.
You want to say that the majority of the American population is
No, I want to say that Trump's
has
appeal
some hatred?
to a certain part of the American public is based on racism, misogyny, and xenophobia. And I think this is quite clear. He was unequivocal in appealing to those sentiments, and Bernie Sanders would never have appealed to them. So would he be able to garner the same votes as Trump? Absolutely not.
It is very similar, this polarization, if we compare with Brexit, for example.
Yes,
Half
I think
Americans and half Brits.
I think in Brexit you see the same kind of polarization, and frankly the same kind of what shall I say, disorientation after the Brexit. I mean, nobody knows how to deal with this. The British government simply does not know what it wants at this point. And
people are confused
and
also.
people
They're
are
regretting
totally
also.
confused. I suspect my personal opinion is that Brexit will set Britain back 20 years. It will take 20 years to recover from the economic, social, and political damage that Brexit is going to cause.
So
I
if you compare
I hope
with
the same
this,
is not true of the United States. You know, we get another chance to elect a new president. 4 years, we'll elect a third of the Senate and all of the House in 2 years. So, you know, the beauty of the democratic system is that it gives you a chance to
to revoke
to-
President
well,
Watts.
to redo your decisions. And I don't really expect Trump to be able to deliver on these very vague promises he's made. Black people will be better off. They'll love me. They'll vote 90% for me after 4 years. I mean, this is nonsense. He has no constituency among minorities at all, except in some unusual ones. And he isn't going to worry about people who haven't voted for him and who won't vote for him in the future.
Yeah. And in the context of the international relations, are you afraid that something big can happen? Those ties with Russia, North Korea, nuclear
Well,
war,
I am concerned. I believe
nuclear button.
Well, I believe that a number of foreign countries will try to test the new president early in his term. And, you know, I think Mr. Trump is erratic. He's unpredictable. He prides himself on being unpredictable. And if there's a North Korean launch of a missile that is capable of reaching the U.S., or if there's a challenge from China in the South China Sea, or if there's more effort by Russia in Ukraine, I frankly don't know how he'll react. And it's really quite unpredictable because he's unpredictable, erratic, and rather hyperbolic. You know, he exaggerates everything. And it's quite clear that he's personally got a very thin skin. So criticism he overreacts to. We've had exactly the opposite in Barack Obama, so it's going to take some getting used to.